In Christianity, these rolls are usually eaten on Good Friday. Hi, my name is Kyle, and welcome to Worldwide Campus News and Entertainment. And today, we will be showing you how to make this recipe for the Easter treat, hot cross buns. Alright, we're going to start with the dough. I have 3 to 3 1/4 cups of unbleached all purpose flour. I'm also going to put a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. I'm going to put 1 ounce equals 2 1/4 teaspoons of rapid rice yeast. These are the brand name Fleischmann's. Now for spices, I have 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, 2 teaspoons of ground cloves, half teaspoons of ground nutmeg, and 3/4 teaspoons of allspice, ground allspice. Now you need to put the half teaspoons of kosher salt. I'm using salted butter that I melted because I'm not going to put in the salt. If you're using unsalted butter, just put a kosher salt. I'm going to add 1 1/2 cups of Sun-Maid Natural California Raisins, golden raisins, Zante Currants, or any other dry fruits. I'm just going to coat this real quick before we're going to pour it into the liquid. Now I just want to make it a little well in the center. Now we're going to add 1 cup of very warm whole milk with 120 to 130 degrees Fahrenheit. You want to make sure to use the kitchen thermometer to reach the temperature. If you don't have a thermometer, use your finger to feel the liquid, how it's going to be ready. So we're going to go ahead to pour it right into the middle. I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm going to put 2 large eggs, make sure it's room temperature. And lastly, 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. I'm going to stir these until you get a nice soft dough. I'm going to use that with a wooden spoon. It looks like I need a bigger bowl. If you're evenly use the stand mixer with the dough hook, just combine everything together to make a really nice and soft dough. Now we got the dough just forming into a very nice soft dough. If the dough's too sticky, just put more flour as needed. Now we're going to knead the dough onto the flour cutting board for 40 times until it's smooth and elastic. But first I'm going to gather the dough. So I just put more flour with my hands and the cutting board. Now let's get to kneading for 40 times. Alright, the dough is kneaded for 40 times. What you want to do, you're going to shape it into the ball. Place it back on the cutting board after just kneading it. Then you want to cover with some plastic wrap and let the dough rest for 20 minutes. I'm going to go grab some plastic wrap. I'm going to cover that. I don't want the dough to get really dry out. Let's get some plastic wrap to cover for 20 minutes to get the rest for a while. I'm going to set the timer and we're going to be finished the rest. The dough is resting after 20 minutes. Let's remove the plastic wrap off the dough. I preheat the oven for 375 degrees Fahrenheit. You want to make sure the oven will be nice and hot. You gotta take out 9-inch round cake pans sprayed with non-stick cooking spray. I'm going to set this aside for just a moment ahead. Now I'm going to divide the dough into the individual portions. I'm going to see how many portions that I'm going to fit in the cake pan. And you want to roll each portion of the dough into a ball. Here we are. I just roll it into a ball and I'm going to place it onto a prepared cake pan where we're going to fit into it. I'm going to see how that goes with. Just all fit into the 9-inch cake pan, really round. I put like 8 of these buns. I'm going to cover more with plastic wrap. Gonna let it rise at room temperature for 30 minutes. Now I'm just making the cross paste. I put a half a cup of remaining of the unbleached all purpose flour with 5 or 6 tablespoons, but actually I'm putting 9 tablespoons of water. I put it a tablespoonful at a time to make a nice and smooth paste. You want to pour it into the piping bag with round tip number 5, or you can also use a resealable plastic baggie to snip off the little corner off. As after 30 minutes, you can go ahead to remove all the plastic wrap, and let's take out with the cross paste that we pipe it into the silicone plastic baggie. And you want to draw the cross with an X and just gonna give this a little squeeze. Alright then, once after it's puffed dough to draw across the middle each one of the buns with an X on it. So the next thing you want to bake it in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes until golden brown. I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks. Okay. Alright, it's out of the oven after it's about 20 to 25 minutes. Now you can go ahead and carefully remove it from the pan. I gotta make sure to release from the edge of the pan. I'll remove it from the pan. Now you can go ahead and brush with the more of the melted butter or melted apricot jam that I'm going to be using with the pastry brush to brush all over on top of the buns while it's still hot. Just want to make it nice and shiny buns. Right, we just brush it with the melted butter or the jam that I usually give it nice and shine, and we're going to make a powdered sugar glaze. Now for the powdered sugar glaze with an X on it, I put 1 cup of powdered sugar with 2 tablespoons of whole milk and 4 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. Then I put it into a separate bowl. I'm just going to get this to a whisk until it can make a nice and glossy glaze. You're going to put it into a piping bag that we did the same as the cross paste. Royal number 5. Alright, now for the final assemble. Uh-oh, you gotta get drip over in the piping bag. You want to pipe the glaze to draw across in the middle each that we did the same on the cross paste. Draw with the X. I almost got drip over with the powdered sugar glaze. Alright, how's it look? And here are the finished hot cross buns. There are some superstitions surrounding hot cross buns. For example, if you share your bun with a friend, it will ensure your friendship for the coming year. Hot cross buns, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. If you have no daughter, give it to your sons. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. You remember the song from the nursery rhyme? Are you a fan of our videos? Be sure to subscribe to Worldwide Campus News and Entertainment. Then ring the bell to see all notifications about the new videos and the latest video.